If you're still trying to grow your brand on TikTok and Instagram, you're not building equity, you're burning time. Right now, founders are wasting hundreds of hours on content that disappears in 48 hours. And then they're wondering why the sales team is still starving for qualified leads. In the last 6 months, I grew my personal brand awareness by 833%, from 75 subscribers to 700. And here's the punchline. I didn't do a single dance, follow a trending sound, or post every day. Instead, I made one shift that changed everything. I turned YouTube into my sales engine. This video is not a flex, it's a manual for you. I'm walking you through the 3 foundations of this strategy that explains exactly how I did it. This is the same system we now use with B2B founders to build GTM content engines that build your brand visibility and warm up your prospects instead of feeding them brain rot short form content. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly where your content strategy is broken and what you need to put into action now. Let's get into it. Foundation number 1, platform shelf life and trust transfer. This is the part 99% of content creators never talk about. Not all platforms transfer trust equally. A 30-second reel might get you a view, sure, but a YouTube video that builds their buyer's beliefs, you are the person that solves that $100,000 pain that they have. YouTube has what I call the trust per minute density. Someone watches your video for 8 minutes uninterrupted. That's way more sales time than your sales rep ever gets on a cold call. Let me give you an analogy. Posting on TikTok or Instagram is like setting up a pop-up stand in Times Square. You get a flood of people walking by, but they're distracted, they're overstimulated, and they're not there to buy from you. You have 3 seconds to convince them that you matter. And even if you do, and even if they do stop, they're gone in a flash. YouTube, on the other hand, is like owning a high-end boutique on a quiet street, where people come in, they sit down, they browse your store, and they choose to stay. They found you, they searched for you, and they're solving a problem, not killing time. Want proof? One of my videos titled How to Pre-Sell Your Prospects Before a Sales Call was posted like 8 months ago. And still, every now and then, it still gets views and attention. Leads will come in and say, hey, I saw this video and it hit me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. That video was 8 minutes long, and now it works 24/7 for my business as a trust bridge and a sales asset. Compare that to a reel a founder could post and get 70,000 views in 24 hours, and not one qualified lead. Great dopamine, zero contribution to pipeline. And here's what most founders forget. You might be included in this. YouTube isn't just social media. It's a buyer intent search engine wrapped in a trust building medium. That combination is lethal for B2B teams. Personally, I go to Instagram to get entertained or get free stuff. I go to YouTube with a problem looking for a solution. So when I say YouTube shelf life, I don't just mean views, okay? I mean videos that accumulate authority equity over time. That's the difference between being seen and being believed. If you're a founder that wants to nurture pipeline and not just presence, YouTube is the platform. Period. Now, foundation number 2, conversion-aligned content pillars. When I launched my first wellness startup, that failed, mind you, I made the mistake almost everyone makes at the beginning. I posted what I thought was valuable, what I hoped would catch on. One day it was gut health, the next day it was mental fitness, and then productivity tips. It was all over the map, all over the place. No strategy, just vibes. I told myself I was building authority, but in reality, I was filling a feed with disjointed noise. Nothing was connected, there was no structure, and guess what? It never translated into clients or revenue. After that company failed, that's when I realized content without containers is just content without consequence. When I rebuilt my brand now at The Hive, we build out content engines for our clients as well. We reverse the logic completely. We don't ask, what should we talk about this week? We ask, what problems do our services solve, and how can we create content that directly bridges to those solutions? That starts with content pillars, not topics. Pillars are strategically engineered to relate directly to your services. Not only does this keep your content consistent and relevant, it also turns every video into a trust asset that organically transitions into revenue conversations. It makes it clear to viewers about who you are and what you specialize in, which is very, very important for building an audience online. My own brand pillars are very clear and conversion aligned. Okay, let's take a look here. Number one, content marketing. This is where we educate founders on brand visibility, buyer psychology, and video systems that help pre-warm their leads and amplify their GTM outbound strategy. Pillar number two, AEO and SEO. This is where we talk about discoverability, getting found by Google and AI platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. It's no longer just about ranking, it's about being the obvious answer. Pillar number three, business operations or BizOps. This is where we connect the content engine to the actual operating system of your business. Team workflows, delegation, time compression, because visibility without back-end scale breaks everything. What do you think happens after you sign a client? Fulfillment. Now, each of these pillars maps to a real pain point that our service solves. So no matter what video a prospect watches, they're not just consuming content. They're taking one more step on a structured, intentional buyer journey towards who? Us. That's the difference between posting and positioning. Most founders are stuck in the upper funnel echo chamber. Tips, how-tos, top 5 lists, safe content, informational content, but not content that moves people. Informational content builds awareness. It's not bad, but pillar-based content, that builds conviction. And by the way, if you actually want to put this into action, I dropped my full step-by-step GTM content blueprint that we use for ourselves and our clients. It's in the description below. It's totally free and it will save you a ton of guesswork. So grab it when you're ready. Anyways, back to content pillars. When someone watches 3 of your videos and sees a consistent through line, one message, one expertise, one problem you solve, they stop seeing you as a content creator and they start seeing you as the obvious choice. Take a look at our videos for an example. Why content is the ultimate sales hack that most founders miss. We built a GTM content engine that runs itself, and here's the framework. Steal this B2B content marketing strategy designed for SaaS founders. It's clear that we're bringing our viewers from a journey, from unaware of the root of their problem all the way to solution and product aware. That's what we do with content pillars, and that's what content pillars do. They containerize your message, organize your authority, and engineer clarity. Confused viewers, they never convert. Pillars eliminate that confusion. If your content strategy feels like a wall of disconnected posts and ideas, start here. Identify your 3 most valuable services and translate those into content pillars. Build every video, every post, or every episode to slot neatly under one of those lanes. Pillar 3, funnel stage sequencing. Now this is the silent multiplier. Here's what makes this entire strategy lethal. We didn't just create content, we create paths. Here's what most founders get wrong about content. They treat it like a billboard when it should really be a buyer journey. They spray tips about talking points and hoping something sticks, but they never answer the real question. Where is my buyer psychologically when they hit this piece of content? And what belief do I need to shift to move them forward? That one shift changes so much for you. Because when you start building content through the lens of the funnel, you stop sounding like every other founder or B2B expert on LinkedIn and start sounding like someone who actually gets the customer and understands the customer. Now, let me give you a tangible example. A founder reaches one of my YouTube videos after Googling something like, why isn't my content generating leads? Okay, just use this example here. In that moment, they don't need a list of tactics. They need a belief shift. So I don't give them 7 ways to boost reach. No. I give them a new lens. I'll say your content isn't broken. It's just not built to sell. Let me show you what pre-selling using video content and how it maps to your buyer's funnel stage works. That video meets them where they're at, but it guides them towards where they need to go, to the ultimate realization that a GTM content engine is a strategic layer, not just another marketing task. Here's what could happen next. Maybe they binge 2 to 3 more videos, each one seated deeper and deeper and deeper with context, different pain points, more examples. And by the time they hit a video where I'm explaining our services and how we film 2 hours a month and turn that into a full funnel content pipeline, they're already sold on the method. At that point, I'm not convincing them. I'm helping them confirm the fit. And that's what sequencing does. Your content isn't just about posting. It's qualifying, advancing, and building the exact buying journey your prospect wants to experience. And the best part, it's without them realizing it's even happening. It's also one thing your competitors will never do because they're trapped in a vanity cycle. They're posting surface level value with no arc, there's no pacing, there's no narrative. That's your edge. Buyers don't need more information. There's so much information out there. They want transformation, and transformation requires a sequence. When your content ecosystem is architected to move someone from curiosity to conviction, your brand becomes unignorable. So if you're wondering why your audience isn't converting or if your sales calls are really not qualified, look at what you're saying to the public. Look at how you're saying it and in what order. And that's the lever that can turn content into a conversion asset. This is exactly how I grew my personal brand awareness over the year. Not by showing up every day, but by showing up with intent. Now look, I know this probably sounds like a ton of work that you don't want to do. And it is, until you have the right system. So that's why we built the GTM content engine. You film for 2 hours and we come on site to you and we handle the rest. The scripting, ideas, strategy, editing, distribution, everything that you need to warm leads to help shorten your sales cycles. YouTube isn't a platform alone, it's a pipeline. So here's what to do next. Book a GTM strategy session with myself and my team using the link below. We'll map the exact video ecosystem to your business to help pre-warm and pre-sell your prospects using video content. And I'll show you how it works. But if you're still on the fence, no worries, grab my GTM content blueprint for free that I mentioned earlier. It's the same one we use to help B2B teams turn their content into actual sales system. Again, no fluff, no guru tactics, just the real architecture, and it's 100% free. I've linked that below as well. So to wrap up, remember this. Your competitors are playing for likes, but you're here to build leverage. Okay, let's go.